Hi, Prosperity Team. It's Dr. Money coming to you from the Prosperity corner of the universe where silliness is sacred and nobody's perfect. I am your POP, your Professor of Prosperity, and I'm here so that all of our lives can pop with prosperity. Have you heard that saying, go with the flow? Oh, I just go with the flow, or I like to go with the flow. Well, in terms of prosperity, we have to really be the flow. We can't go with the flow because a lot of times what our flow is not where we want to go. Things are not going in the right direction. So one way to kind of correct our flow is to help other people. So in other words, if we're feeling down, then helping other people helps us. I had a friend who was dying of lung cancer, and I'd called her occasionally, and we would talk and so forth. But I talked to her as time progressed. She got worse and worse, and it was obvious that she was going to pass away. And one day I called her, and she was, I think she was just weeks away from dying, maybe a couple of weeks. And she asked me how I was doing. And I said, no, I don't want to bother you with my problems. And she said, oh yes, please. She said, I just can't die 24 hours a day. It would help me so much. So I told her what was going on with me, and she was so happy to help. In other words, she had a time, and the way that she did help was she listened. She just listened. So that is one of the ways that we can calm the flow, and that is to help others. Now, we don't want to fix others, and that is when somebody tells us their problems, start offering suggestions. No, what we want to do is listen. So the two greatest things we can do, number one is listen, and then number two, to bring out the best in others. One of the ways we can bring out the best in others is tell them how we love them, how we appreciate them, and do it in a very honest and authentic way. We don't want to be like Eddie Haskell, who had this gratuitous way about him in Leave It to Beaver, if you're old enough that you watch Leave It to Beaver. We want to do it, if we compliment somebody or tell somebody we appreciate them, we want to do it in a very authentic way. We don't want, it's not like we're not trying to brown nose, we're trying to actually open our hearts so that we can see what it is in them that we like or admire or appreciate. And what happens when we like or we admire or we appreciate others is that we turn that on in ourselves, and then we become the flow. And abundance really can only be experienced in the flow, as the flow. So let's, instead of going with the flow, let's be the flow. That's my advice for today. Let's take a deep breath and know that as we breathe in, that we breathe in our good. Ooh, doesn't that feel good? I smell my good. It's everywhere. Now, let's breathe. Let's breathe out. And as we breathe out that good that we've just embodied, let's breathe that out to others. Let's think about that during the day. When we breathe in, we're breathing in our good, and as we exhale our good. Because what happens when we become intentional with our thoughts and our feelings is that we come back into awareness, and our mind isn't just running away. It's not scampering away in every moment. We don't have emotional breakdowns when we have this awareness. And one more thing for sure, and that is that I love you.